Let's be clear. Every era of Mortal Kombat has been defined by its final boss. From the soul-stealing sorcerer Shang Tsung, to the ruthless Emperor Shao Kahn, to the fallen Elder God Shinnok, to the unstoppable Dragon King Onaga, each boss from Mortal Kombat brought something unforgivable to the table. Power, presence, fear, but none of them, I mean none of them, operate on the same level as the being we're about to talk about. Because this isn't a boss. This is the architect of reality itself. This is Kronika. After the success of Mortal Kombat X, Mortal Kombat 11 had one job: raise the stake even higher. And how do you make... Kronika isn't just powerful, she is a titan, a being above even the other gods. Keeper of time, architect of destiny, the one who just doesn't influence history, she controls it. She's the mother of Shinnok, Cetrion, and the creator of Geras. And before we get into it, let's go over the things that makes a Mortal Kombat boss character like Kronika is unforgettable. Dominant presence, clear motive and motivation, and lastly, the gameplay that feels like a final test. Those three categories makes a good Mortal Kombat boss. And let me show you what fits Kronika to the bill. And before we get into it, be sure to give us a like, comment, subscribe, and join the Dragons of Requiem today. That being said, let us break it down. Break it down! Let's focus on Kronika's dominant presence. When we talk about final bosses, we're not talking about just about strength. We're talking about control. This is where Kronika separates herself from every Mortal Kombat boss in history. She doesn't enter the story, she owns it. Most bosses, they wait, they build up in the background, and then they show up at the end. Shao Kahn invades. Shinnok manipulates from the shadows. But Kronika, she appears and the entire story immediately bends around her. From the moment she steps in, time itself breaks. Past and present collide. Ripped from timelines. Nothing feels stable anymore. That just isn't just presence. That's dominance. She controls the rules of reality. Every other boss plays the game, but Kronika, she rewrites the game. She doesn't conquer realms, she resets them. She doesn't react to heroes, she erases their victories. Every time someone rises against her, she simply rewinds it, fixes it, tries again. That means the heroes aren't just fighting her, they're fighting a being who has already seen this outcome so many times that she have lost count. And here's what her dominance, it makes her even scary. It isn't physical power, it's inevitability. Kronika doesn't yell, she doesn't rage, she doesn't panic. She speaks like everything already been decided. Like resistance, it's just a temporal inconvenience. And that creates a completely different type of fear. Not the fear of losing the fight, but the fear that the winning might not even matter. She's the reason everything is happening. Think about this. In Mortal Kombat 11, every major event traces back to her. The timeline breaking, her. Characters returning, her. Raiden's consequences catching up, her. She is not reacting to the story. She is the story. And let's go over to the clear motivation and philosophy. The best villains, they just don't want power. They have a reason, a belief, a philosophy that is twisted or not makes sense. Shinnok wants revenge against the Elder Gods. The Deadly Alliance wants to control through strategy and manipulation. Shao Kahn wanted to merge the realms and dominate existence. Simple, direct, and understandable. But Kronika? Her ultimate goal is not just to win, but to shape reality itself. A brand new era, a timeline where exactly how it's supposed to be according to her design. She believes that the universe has been thrown into balance because of Raiden. Every time Raiden defends, he makes a choice and it creates imbalance. So Kronika's solutions, not to guide, not to correct, but to reset everything. And her philosophy comes down with 3 terrifying goals that makes her a bigger threat, a masterpiece of a villain. Eliminate Raiden's influence, because without Raiden, she will not be disrupted by her perfect balance. Merging timelines into one, controlling reality. No chaos, no unpredictability, no mistakes. To ensure her eternal rule over time itself. Not as a conqueror, but as a caretaker of destiny. Why this is genius? Because Kronika does not see herself evil. She sees herself as necessary. In her mind, she's not destroying lives, she's fixing them. Every reset, just another attempt at perfection. Every erased timeline, a failed version of reality. The twist is, villains say, I want to rule everything, but Kronika says, I will perfect everything. And that is way, 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 way more dangerous and more villainous of her.
I've been expecting you. Your life, your name, they will be wiped from history. Come. It is time to die.
And now finally, the gameplay. Everything that led to this moment. In Mortal Kombat 11, the boss fight against Kronika should feel like the end of everything. Not just another fight, but the moment where the entire journey comes crashing down into one final contradiction. And this is where Kronika becomes iconic. Because think about the build-up across the entire Mortal Kombat series. In Mortal Kombat 4 and X, we fought against Shinnok, a fallen elder god, a god of death, corruption, and power. That alone felt like its peak. But then Mortal Kombat flips it upside down. Because now, you're not fighting the fallen elder god. You're fighting the one who created him. And that's done exactly right. Kronika isn't just another Shinnok. She is completely different. A titan, a being above elder gods, which means isn't just a step up. It is a leap above anything we ever faced before. The fight feels unnatural. Boss, they test your skills, but Kronika, she tests your understanding of the game itself. Her mechanics feel different. Her presence feels off. The arena itself feels unstable. Because you're not fighting a character, you're fighting a time manipulation. And her fatality changes everything. And this right here, what makes Kronika truly disturbing, because when you lose to Kronika, she's not just killing you. She traps you over and over and over and over in a death loop, a limbo where you're constantly being killed and restarted. What this means, a single mechanic tells you about her character. She doesn't defeat her enemies, she invalidates her existence. Your loss isn't a loss. It's proof that you never meant to begin to win in the first place. And this amplifies her villainy 10 times over. She doesn't kill you endlessly. She just repeats the infinite cycle of death over and over. No mercy, no escape, and no rest.
Finish him! Fatality. Kronika wins.
Now, everything I said about her being the most powerful... Now, everything I said about her being a masterpiece of a boss... April Fools, I'm sorry. She sucks hot ass. She is garbage. She is trash. She is the worst boss ever in Mortal Kombat history. I mean, being Liu Kang, being defeated by Liu Kang and Shang Tsung was bad enough. But in Mortal Kombat 1, it reveals that every single character beats Kronika for her hourglass. And imagine being a god of gods, a titan who controls time, but getting beaten by every single millions of characters. Even Kano, for goodness sake, the man who is a jobber in Mortal Kombat 11, who basically became a god of time and snowblies. And that's all I gotta say. Kronika, she sucks hot ass. She is the worst character in history. Okay, bye.